Hi there, and welcome to this Hockey Inside Out Show bonus episode. I'm Stu Cowan of the Gazette, joined by my regular partners here, former Canadiens teammates, 1986 Stanley Cup champions, Chris Nilan and Rick Green. Well, guys, GM Kent Hughes didn't do anything at the NHL trade deadline, meaning Joel Armia and David Savard, along with Christian Dvorak, can all become unrestricted free agents on July 1st. Doesn't look like Dvorak has a future with the team, and they'll let him go. But should Hughes think about maybe re-signing Armia and or Savard?
If I was going to re-sign one of them, I think it would be Armia. And it would be nice to see them both because, the fact that, David Savard is that elderly defenseman with all these young kids. But, they've been in the league a few years now. Do they – saying they don't still need someone like that. But if you're going to sign one of them, I think it would be Armia because, boy, him and Evans with the PK and Armia's, he's come through. It depends what he'd be willing to take as far as a pay cut because you can't sign him for the same money, no question. He's getting a little older. And someone might want him on the open market, and we might just see him leave. So, he's going to be in a position where he's either going to take less because he loves it here or he's going to walk. So, but... Yeah, I like to see a way they could keep both of them. But again, Savard's really up there as far as age-wise, right? And, they got so many defensemen. Reinback is coming in, right? They got a lot of new guys coming in next year. You're going to see a training camp where, guys are going to be vying for jobs. So if there was one, I'd say Armia.
Yeah, and Armia said he wants to stay here. I wonder if Kent Hughes might offer him maybe like a 2-year contract, similar type of money to what Evans got, maybe a little bit less. Rick, for you as a former defenseman, what do you think about David Savard?
Well, I think that, the comment about what they have in their system, the organization with Reinbacher and Mayu, these guys coming up that can replace, I think, a David Savard no matter what he brings in the dressing room. He's been really, really great, obviously, with the young guys. But I think it's time for some of these young guys to be given opportunity to show what they can do. And they're in a position where they have guys that I think can step in and make a pretty good contribution to replace Savard. And, Armia, hats off to him, played very, very well. If he does want to stay, they were very effective with Evans and, did a good job. Try and get him signed for the right number if he really wants to stay and, go with it. But I'd be curious to see, Nux mentioned before about Florian Jacki, 15 goals. These kind of guys are the future of the organization. And I love to see that type of player come in with that type of jam and energy and toughness to fit into the mix of the Montreal Canadiens. And they have some interesting decisions to be made, but I think the bonus that they do have is they got a lot of good players in the organization that are going to fill some of the spots that need to be filled.
And Knuckles, with Laval, the best team in the AHL right now, they're going to get a good look at some of these guys in Laval in a playoff run, which I'm sure will help them make the decision moving forward also.
Yeah, it certainly will. Get to see them play those meaningful games in the playoffs, some of these young guys, Reinbacher, Mayu. You forget Goulie's out, right? Goulie's another one coming back. So, yeah, the David Savard thing, but listen, it's so nice to know that the organization has all this in the pantry, right? Mm-hmm. Come on. For years here, when Bergie was here, that team, you could not go down and bring a player up. You were and they were floundering AHL team. They weren't doing well. And it's just awesome to see the organization in this type of shape, the depth throughout the organization. And again, they still have a ways to go. But those players coming in next year, that Hage at some point, Demidov, Mayu, Reinbacher, man, this is an organization now that looks as though, and not that it didn't before, it's just the way they were playing. You understand this year how the fan base and everybody was kind of like, what's going on here early in the season? And now they finally got themselves into the mix, and moving forward, boy, it's going to be interesting. Fowler, the goaltender, right? Another one. Like, there's a lot of good things happening here, and hopefully they're gaining this experience that they're going to need down the road next year, the year after. All these guys are gaining that experience playing the meaningful games. And when they get in the playoffs at some point, maybe we'll see it come to fruition.
It really is impressive. I mean, year 3 of the rebuild, the Habs are in the mix. Laval's the best team in the AHL. Trois-Rivières is among the best teams in the East Coast Hockey League. With Savard, though, Rick, I mean, Marty St. Louis said it's almost like having a coach on the ice. And I know you went from being that veteran, older defenseman into coaching. How did that transition go with you? How did you end up getting into the coaching afterwards?
Well, I enjoyed it, actually. The relationship that you build with the guys is nothing but, usually a good one. And I always try to bring in the things that gave me success as a player to teaching the young guys, and make sure that the information you're giving them is information that works. And, it's tough to replace veteran leadership. Doesn't always have to be a rah-rah kind of guy, but a lot of times it can be done through example. And, Savard brings a little bit of both of that, verbally and on the ice and off the ice. And, if he does go, it's going to be a missing piece, but somebody else has got some talent and skill that's going to step in there.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if Savard doesn't end up coaching somewhere, or player development or something like that. He seems like a perfect guy for it. Anyway, that's it for this Hockey Inside Out Show bonus episode. I hope you all enjoyed it out there. Please like and subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out YouTube channel. Go to MontrealGazette.com/newsletter to sign up for the Hockey Inside Out newsletter. And of course, go to HockeyInsideOut.com every day for all the latest Canadiens news. Also, if you have a bonus question you'd like us to answer in a future bonus episode, please put it in the comments section below.